Good morning, everyone. Emmanuel here with Cabal Construction, and today we are doing a garage conversion inspection on the underground plumbing. So I'd like to take the time to do this video, just a little bit about underground plumbing, how it works, and also tell you about the benefits of converting a garage versus going with a freestanding or an attached ADU. Not that doing an attached ADU or a freestanding ADU are good things, because they're great things to do. But a sure, most definite thing is if your garage is just sitting and collecting dust on old stuff that you never use, it's better to see if you can get rid of that stuff, put it somewhere else, even storage in your attic space, so that you can convert your garage into a cash flow ADU. So I'm going to go over this particular unit here and the pros and cons on what they're doing, and how overall it can save you money. I can't give you a exact price on any garage conversion, but I can tell you what this one is going for at the end, and then how it all entails and what actually happens. So as you can see here, right now we're waiting on an inspection from the inspector, who's going to check all the underground plumbing to make sure that it's correct. So one of the first and most important things when it comes to underground plumbing is to know where you're connecting to. You're either going to connect to an existing drain, you're going to run an independent drain, which doesn't happen often, or you're going to run into a septic tank, right? If you don't have the slope for the sewage to go down, you're going to need a sewage ejector pump. Okay, this particular garage, the unit behind this is actually another one bedroom with its small kitchen and bath. It's right behind this wall. So this is an attached garage that's also going to be an ADU. Okay, so I'll take you over here so you can see that big hole there, okay, is where the existing drain is connecting to the ADU. Okay, this line that you see right here is the original sewer, and we're about just a little shy of 4 feet down. Okay, and then we've got our fitting there with our fern hose to connect to the existing. Luckily, this cast iron pipe was able to cut nice and even, and we were able to connect. Sometimes when you cut into these old cast iron pipes, they break on you, and so you have to keep trenching until you find a clean area to cut. But luckily this one where we cut, we were good to go. So now this drain is the new drain sewer line for the ADU. This here in there is an inflatable tube that is holding all the water pressure into the tubes. Okay, when you do your inspection for underground, okay, you need to fill the lines with water, and you need to make sure that all the fittings are glued properly and that there's no water coming out. So as you can see right now, we've brought up, the vent pipes, the drain pipes. This is the shower here, and they're capped off. And what you'll see here in this tube, I don't know if the video will give it a chance to see, but there's water there. So the water is holding pressure, it's not going anywhere. That tells us that the tube that we have over there is inflated enough so that it's stopping the water, but B, it's also telling us that all these drains here don't have any leaks. Okay, and that's very important. Okay, you want to make sure that you're at least 12 inches from the slab. It may not seem that way here in this video, but the fitting there is 12 inches down from where the concrete's going to finish. Okay, now this garage, the planners, shout out to Roland Design Group. They do a very good job of making sure that you don't need to pour foundation where it's not needed. So as of right now, this particular project doesn't have any foundation plan. It's actually just going to use the existing foundation that's here, because it's a garage conversion. It's already structurally sound, and so it passed the building department without needing any extra footings here, okay, or foundation. That being said, once we pass this inspection, we're going to throw all the dirt in to about 4 inches. We're going to stick a little bit of rebar in the existing concrete that's here, and then we're going to go ahead and pour the concrete over. Now, there's a difference between just pouring the concrete over and finishing it off, and actually leveling out the concrete. garages will normally have a natural slope, okay, because they're intended to have any water that's sitting to go out of the garage door. Okay, but we don't want that for comfort of living once we finish this. So what we're going to do is, once we're done getting the concrete over all of this, we're going to throw some self-leveling concrete down, and we're just going to do it now. You can do it now, or you can do it when it's time to do the finished flooring, but we're just going to do it now. So once we're done, we'll go ahead and put concrete on this. We'll put a little temporary plate there, and then we'll go ahead and pour our self-leveling concrete. That way we get a nice even grade into the garage before we even start the framing. Now, once we start the framing, we're going to use a lot of the existing structure, right? It saves the client money. It saves the contractor time, okay? So as you can see, this wall right here is splitting the new ADU and the existing unit that's in there, right? So things you need to know when you're going to have two renters next to each other, even if it's you renting out to someone else. These are things that you need to know when it comes to the walls that are near the neighbors, okay, or that are connecting two units. The first thing is that it's got to get firewalled, okay? So as you can see in here, there is some insulation already, okay? Sometimes the plans will require that insulation be replaced for a sound barrier insulation, okay? In this particular case, they're not asking for that, but they are asking for this to be fire rated, which means that we need to put 2 layers of drywall so that it's a 1 hour fire rating. 1 hour fire rating, meaning that if there was a fire on this side, it would take an hour before it penetrates over there, in theory, okay? Things for you to know as a contractor are that you want to definitely request if you can use this layer, okay, this first layer, as your first layer for drywall. Right now it looks to be plaster, but if you put another set of drywall on top of it, that should count as your 1 hour, unless the inspector doesn't like it, okay? Now, I will just tell you from experience that some inspectors, while they all follow the same building code, will be happy and satisfied with less, and some will be happy and satisfied with more. At the end of the day, what you want to remember about inspectors is that, number one, they're trying to do their job, and two, they want to make sure that their main objective is to make sure that whatever you're doing is safe, okay? They want to make sure that it's safe. Things they're looking for is that it's properly insulated, obviously the structure is structurally sound, and that you have heating, okay? Another misconception is that people think that you need AC in your units. You don't need AC in your units, but you do need heating, which means that if, you know, for some reason San Diego gets super cold, you want to make sure that you have your heating solution, which can be a wall heater, but more now people are opting for mini splits, which will have the heating and the cooling, okay? I was right here with a client a little while ago, and he told me that in Minnesota it's negative 14 degrees, and that if you cry or if you have a tear, it'll freeze outside. So it doesn't get very cold in San Diego compared to Minnesota. Okay, but that's what inspectors are going for, right? So we're definitely going to ask the inspector if we can just throw another layer of drywall on this and call it a day, okay? Which is good, because if it can save the client money, they're going to be obviously happy with you as a contractor, okay? We're also going to use a lot of the structure here. There'll be a sliding glass door here, there'll be a window there, and then there'll be where this is going to now be a wall with 2 big windows, okay? This is a studio. It'll have its little kitchen here, okay? And it'll have the entrance there, and then living space here with a little closet, and then it'll have the bathroom here, okay, where they'll have the vanity, toilet, and then shower along that wall. That's going to be an exterior water heater closet that opens up that way. And then this right here is going to now be an exterior laundry room that both of the tenants can share, okay? So what is this garage conversion going for? Well, so far, we've managed to be able to keep it under $78,000, okay? It's going to rent probably for about I would say easily as a studio here in this location. We're in San Diego. The zip code is 92115. And it'll probably rent between 1,800 to 2,200 to some renters. And then it can also, or it might be rented for a little less to a permanent renter. Okay. What I meant was you can probably Airbnb, or you can also do permanent rentals. But definitely minimum, I would say this thing's going to make no less than $1,600 a month as a studio. So you guys can do the math on whether that works out for your finances as far as cash flow goes, right? A couple things. The owner, the client, okay, is saying that the washer dryer closet is here. I'm sorry, the washer dryer closet exterior is going to be here, but they're asking, what if we wanted to put a stackable washer and dryer here, right? So what we did to help, okay, is we went ahead and ran this pipe this way and then this way. Okay, so right now this is a shower drain, okay? But if in the future they wanted to go ahead and add, let's say, the washer and dryer stackable here, then what we would do is we would tap here, go straight this way, okay, and then up. So now you have the drain for the washer and dryer, and because this trench is open, they can do that. But obviously, in order to do that, they would have to go to the city, they would have to put in, add that to the plan, and they would have to wait and pay the respective fees. All right, we'll leave it at that, okay? This here is the dirt that we're gonna put back. What you don't see here is that we actually had straw wattle all right here. It's gone now, it went to a different project. But we had straw wattle here because when we were cutting the concrete, all the water was coming this way, and we need to make sure that we do our job as contractors to have a stormwater control plan. So that's why we had them here, okay? And that way all the runoff can just catch right here, go this way, and then whatever seep through would be clean, at least for the most part, right? You want to do the best you can do to get that done, okay? But this will be a nice little unit, and so far the project has been pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We love talking about ADUs. We geek out on it all the time. You can reach me at 760-410-4077. That's my cell phone number. And we are Cabal Construction. We are built on trust. Bye-bye.